You think you can fix me?
Jean, you are not broken.
The mind is a fragile thing. Takes only the slightest tap to tip it in the wrong direction.
Charles, what did you do?
I had to keep her stable. I protected her.
From the truth? There's another word for that.
I came looking for answers.
You feel like you don't belong here. You don't. They can't begin to comprehend what you are.
She's changing.
And what?
You didn't come here looking for answers. You came here looking for permission. Jean. She's all rage, pain. That's all coming out at once.
Jean lost control, but she's still our friend.
This is your fault, Charles.
The world is on the brink. I'm sorry I didn't stop it sooner.
You're always sorry, Charles, and there's always a speech, and nobody cares.
There's still hope. Don't do this.
They're right to fear me.
I've seen evil. And I'm looking at it now.
How's it going, everyone? So we just got the very first trailer for Dark Phoenix. And for those of you wondering, yes, it is just Dark Phoenix. It is not X-Men Dark Phoenix. They decided to drop the X-Men from the title. So there are a few things that I took away from this trailer. For starters, it looks like it's going to be part Phoenix Force origin story. For about the first 40 seconds, we get a glimpse in the past of young Jean Grey. We see where she got in the car accident with her parents, and we see where she meets Professor Xavier. It's interesting that they actually don't really mention much about the Phoenix Force in the trailer. So I'm curious to see how they're going to take this sort of mini origin story here about the Phoenix Force. The next thing I notice is that this sort of has an X-Men The Last Stand feel to it. Charles trying to hide the Phoenix Force from Jean, thinking he can control it, up until it finally just becomes too powerful for even him to control, and eventually it takes over Jean. So then we see this scene where she goes to what looks like Magneto's base camp. Not too sure what happens after X-Men Apocalypse, but it does look like Magneto has set up a camp here, and there are what appears to be a lot of other mutants around. So maybe this is sort of a refuge for exposed mutants after the events of X-Men Apocalypse. So Jean arrives and she says, "I came looking for answers." But then in another scene, we see Magneto tell her, "You didn't come here looking for answers, you came here looking for permission." This is probably because it's the classic difference between Magneto and Professor Xavier. Magneto always wants his pupils and his followers to unleash their full power, and Professor Xavier is more on the tame side. So it seems like Professor X probably won't let her explore the true power of the Phoenix Force, so she goes to Magneto because she knows that he'll be okay with it. And from here on out in the trailer, what I really notice is this ultimate division between Magneto and Professor X. Now, typically there is a fine line between the two of them, but in the past few movies, they've had their differences, but they usually end up coming together at the end of the films and being on the same side. But the tone of this trailer makes it seem like there's going to be a true division between the two of them, no going back. And what's really interesting about this division is that you can see Beast is with Magneto, so it's clearly coming to a point of choosing between Professor X or Magneto. And another interesting thing about the trailer is that it didn't show much of Jessica Chastain's character. It certainly seems like Jean and the Phoenix Force are the real threat in the movie. So maybe she just has a sort of minor role as a villain who kind of just eggs on Jean to unleash her full power. Another thing that really stood out is this funeral. We can see this grave here. And I'm not too sure who it is, but if I had to guess, I would say Mystique. And then, of course, at the end, it seems like the Phoenix Force completely takes over Jean Grey. So that's it for the Dark Phoenix trailer. Let me know what you all think about that in the comments below. Just a reminder that I'm doing a giveaway, giving away a few copies of Avengers Infinity War on Blu-ray, some special edition posters, and some special edition memorabilia. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment below with your thoughts and your favorite superhero. Thank you so much for watching. Woof woof.